This conference will now be recorded.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm okay, ma'am. Let me repeat one more time. So I this is my transactions. From these transactions I want to export as a PDF format. How to export as a PDF format means open the go to daybook, list of entries we can see in the daybook only. That is a legally valid document. We called as a primary book also for that daybook. Okay, press enter. So only the two transactions is going to display. I want to see all the transactions. So that's why change the date. So that means Alt F2. So change period date. I want to see all the transactions. We can give financial year also we can give, or else press space key, enter, again space key. Remove all the details. All the transactions going to display. Particular month details if you want to see that also. May month to 31st if you give only the May month transactions, we can see that only the May month transactions we can export as a PDF or Excel, whatever it is. Okay, now see all the transactions it's going to display for us. Now detailed options, if you want to see that, Alt F5 is the shortcut key for detailed, or Alt F1 also we can use. Okay, in this data I want to export to my auditor. So that's why here in this particular screen Alt E is the shortcut key. Click on that Alt E. Now it's going to ask which data you want to export. Current data means which one I opened, that current data I want to export. That's why click on that current. Present data I want to export as a PDF format. Click on that current option. Now that PDF file name, daybook PDF, this is the path where it's going to store the file. PDF read only document, that all the details is going to display. But I want to do some of changes. Path I want to change, file name also I want to change. If you want to do some of changes, go to configure option. Click on that configure. For that configure, in that export screen, configure shortcut keys C. Okay, click on that configure. Show more options, more details if you want to display. Click on that show more options, enter. All the details going to display. See, all these are the options. Select any one of the come down here in that export settings. Here export settings, file format, which format you
Ma'am,
want to
can you
change.
share the screen, ma'am?
Oh, didn't one second ma. Sorry. Sorry ma, sorry. Go to daybook, Alt F2, change the date, or by pressing space key we can remove the date. All the transactions going to display. The screen is visible ma now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So Alt F5 for detailed options. Click on that Alt F5. This data if I want to export to my auditor or accountant, click on that. Alt E is the shortcut key to export the transaction. Click on that. It's going to ask which data you want to export, means present data. Click on that current. Here, if I want to do sum of changes, all the details is going to display here only. But if you want to change, click on that configure option. Show more option, more details. If you want to see that, click on all these are the whenever we are going to export the details. If you want to enable some of options, we can enable the options. If I want to take the printout also, we can enable. So that is the list of details we have in that. Click on that more options, more details it will come in that export settings. So now I want to export the my transaction as a PDF format. No, that's why file format we have to select. Click on that file format, enter. So which format you want to, it's going to display. Totally 6 file formats we have in the Tally Prime. In that, select a PDF format, then click enter. Digital signature through online, I don't want to export, so then enter. Next, where you want to save the data, here folder path it's going to display. Here I have to change, but now my PDF data, my contra transactions, I want to save in the desktop. We have to change the path. That's why go to folder path, press enter, select from drive, enter. Again, select the desktop, enter. This is my path. C drive, users, welcome, desktop, enter. In this particular path, it's going to save. File name, enter. It's going to display daybook, but I don't want as a daybook. Contra.pdf. This is my file name, enter. All these things I done, it's enough for me. After edit the details, all these things, first we have to accept. What is the shortcut key for accept? Control A is the shortcut key for accept. All accept, Control A. After that, click on that export option. If you click on that export, see now it's going to convert as a PDF format. See, whatever we done, all the details is going to display. Zoom it little bit. Click on. See, Satya Dealers, this is my address, daybook. Oh, here we should change. We shouldn't change that. That's why it's going to display. Here we didn't change the details. Okay. That means the daybook name we have to change, but I didn't. That's why it's going to display daybook only. Here all the transactions. Okay, close these details. I'm going to close this one. So I saved in the desktop. No, go and check in the desktop. Click on that. See, in the desktop, my details contra. This is my file name. Open this one. Open the PDF format. It's going to open in the PDF. This one we can export to other person. We can mail. We can share whatever you want. We can do that. Okay, this is the option. Now, okay, same data I want to export as a Excel format. If you want to export as a Excel format, same options only. Go to daybook, enter. So all the list of entries, if you want to see that, change period, space key, enter, space key. Or particular month details also, if you want, we can type month also. Enter. All the transactions is open. Detailed options, if you want to see that, alt F5, that is for detailed options. Now go to export options in the same screen only. Export current data. This whatever we open present data I want to export. Click on that current option. Configure, I want to do some of changes, path, git, all these things I want to change. I don't want as a PDF format. So click on that configure. Show more option. Now file format, enter. In the file format, select the Excel format option. Click on that Excel. Now see that Excel format we selected. Where you want to save The folder path I'm going to change. Select the folder path, enter same path. In the desktop only I want to save. Select from drive, desktop, this is my path. Okay, then press enter. Control A for accept option. Control A. After that, click on export. Now it's going to exporting as a Excel format only. See, now it's going to open in the Excel. All the details going to display here. Satya dealers. So then this the date, particulars, voucher type, voucher numbers, amount inward, amount outward, all the details going to display. For this also we can apply the functions, all these things we can apply. Close this one, minimize the data, go and check in that daybook option is there. We can rename here also by right click, rename contra. Like this we can rename. Open this one, Excel format we can export, or this the PDF format. We can export all kind of transaction like this only. We can export as a PDF format, Excel format, image format also we can export using the JPG format. Understood? Any doubt is there? Next option, in the contra, any doubt? No doubts, nothing. Okay, so here go to after the contra, payment voucher. So what is the payment voucher here? In that payment voucher is a transaction which is passed to record all payments made by the business. Means payment voucher, it is a transaction which is passed to record all the payments made by the business. So for which options, for any expenses, any kind of expenses, whenever we are going to pay that, we are we are recording in the payment voucher only. For example, company is paying the rent, so then rent paid, we have to do in the payment voucher, we have to record in the payment voucher only. Commission paid, interest paid, salary paid, office expenses paid, any kind of expenses whenever company is going to pay, all the transactions we have to do in the payment voucher only. So that's why payment voucher is a transaction which is passed to record all payments made by the business. In that we have two types. For payment voucher, shortcut key is a F6. F6 is a shortcut key for us. Okay, so then in that payment voucher also we have two types of voucher. One is cash payment, another one is bank payment. What is that cash payment, bank payment? Cash payment is nothing but by paying the cash whenever we are making the payment, that is we called as a cash payment. Okay, if you give the bank check, that is we called as a bank payment. That's it. Okay, so in that payment voucher, shortcut key is F6. In the two types of payment voucher, we have two types of voucher. One is cash payment, another one is bank payment. Whenever we are paying as a form of cash, using the cash, if you pay, that is we called as a cash payment. If you give the check, that is we called as a bank payment. That's it. Okay, so here I want to change. See, now one question is there for us. Satya dealers paid 5,000 towards entertainment expenses. So this is my check number. Okay, which check given, which bank check they given? SBI bank check they given. That means Satya dealers, but they didn't mention which date, all these things they didn't mention. So here Satya dealers paid 5,000 rupees towards entertainment expenses. So this is my check number. Now bank account means entertainment expenses debit to SBI bank account. Okay, we are going to give the bank check. We are going to give this payment, or else shortcut key is F5. Okay, click on that F5. See, payment voucher we got. In that, so we are going to the payment. We are paying the amount using the through SBI bank check. Here, what is my questions means? Satya Dealers company is paying the amount for entertainment expenses and given SBI bank check. So entertainment expense is the debit option. In the payment, first here debit option is there. In the contra, see now in the contra, first credit option display. This the default options we can't change. Okay, go to debit entertainment expenses we have to give, but in that list of ledger we don't have entertainment expenses. If I don't have the entertainment expenses, we have to create a ledger. If I want to create a ledger, select the create option, or else here create we can select in this particular screen, or else shortcut keys alt C is the shortcut key to create a ledger option. Is the shortcut key to create a ledger, or we can directly here also we can select, click on that alt C. I given here see to create a ledger shortcut key is alt C. Okay, so then go to create option, see ledger creation screen we got it. Let me repeat, payment voucher, directly we can select create also, or else we can press alt C also we can press enter. Now ledger creation screen it's open. Entertainment expenses, when company is paying the expenses, entertainment expenses, Satya Dealers company is going to pay that amount. So that expenses for this company, is that income or expenses? Satya Dealers is going to pay that amount for entertainment expenses he paid, that is the expenses to the company. If he receive, that is the income to the company. Okay, that's why entertainment expenses comes under indirect expenses. Okay, like this we have to enter, even if it is a commission received, rent received, or interest received, like this if you enter, so income, that is the indirect income for us. Whenever we are going to pay that amount, all these are expenses to the company. While creating the ledger under group, we have to select the indirect expenses only. Select the indirect expenses. Enter. See now, it's enough. That's it. Press enter, enter, enter. Keep on press enter, enter. So shortcut key is Control A for quick accept. Now see quickly it's accepted. How much amount company is paying? 5,000 rupees. Enter. How they are going to pay? Check, bank check they are going to give. Which bank? Yes, bank check they are going to give. Enter. By SBI check they given, that's why this is be called as a bank payment. Okay, enter. So now it's going to ask the check range, all these things we have to give. Okay, accept. Accept. Which bank? So here SBI. Enter. Accept. Okay. We done one transaction. No. Go and check in the balance sheet. Sorry, day book. Go to day book. See now, one, if I want to see all the transactions, Alt F2, remove the date. Now see all the transaction. Payment one, payment we done. So that is a debit inward account. See, it's going to display for us. Alt F5 for detailed. All the details options is going to display. Okay, this is the one type of transactions. One more transaction. Next, see one more transactions. This one, ah, Satya dealers, no? Made a payment of 7,500 towards traveling expenses and 2,500. Satya dealers made a payment of 7,500 towards traveling expenses and 2,500 for labor charges. They given through Kotak Bank check. They given. This is the check number. This is the check number. How to do the transactions? Here, two options means traveling expenses also debit, labor charges also debit. This is we called as a compound entry because more than two debit, more than two credit. If you enter, that is we called as a compound entry. No, here in the debit, traveling expenses. Next, one more debit, labor charges. How we are paying? So credit is the bank. Which bank? Kotak Bank. Okay, so this is compound entry. Multiple transactions means more than two debit we are going to use. So here, how to do the transactions in my company? Escape, go to gateway of tally, select the voucher, payment voucher. Here, they didn't mention any date, anything. If you want to change the date, F2, press F2, it's going to change. So now 19 September 1st, I'm going to pay the payment. Here debit entertainment expenses, that sorry, not entertainment expenses, traveling expenses ledger is not there, so that's why click on that create, or else by pressing alt C also we can create traveling expenses. This the indirect expenses to the company. Direct expenses means while manufacturing the product, what are the expenses company is going to make? Example, so then labor charges, while manufacturing the product, fuel, electricity charges, factory rent. So then this is the indirect expense. It's enough. Control A for quick accept. So traveling expenses we got. How much traveling expenses? 7,500. Click on that 7,500. Enter. Credit options we got. One more debit only we need. We have to enter. That is the labor charges also. Here manually we have to change debit. Okay, enter.